Hello YouTube, welcome back to another episode. Today what is on the agenda is going to be maybe a short video, or I don't know what I'm doing, but it's going to be a video unique to my boat situation. So today what I'm going to do, so I've got, if you guys have been following along closely, which I haven't gained any followers, or subscribers, so I think you guys all are the same, as, you've been here since episode 1, which I appreciate a ton. So you guys then should all know that I've got a wonky anchor situation. And so I have my new windlass on order. It's been on order for like 2 months, and it's actually been a bit of a disaster. But it should be here, what month are we in? February 28th. It should be here February 28th. Right now it's February 20th. And also, 69 days until I cross the Pacific Ocean and sail from Oregon to Hawaii with my cat. And when I say cat, I do mean kitty. But, oh God, what was I saying? So right now, the setup that I have, the reason it's not good is because I only have, so I've got a windlass, a Lumar V700, which is only compatible with quarter-inch chain. Quarter-inch chain is a chain for basically a dinghy. So oddly enough, some of the stuff on this boat, so like the anchor locker and the chain situation, to finish what I'm saying, the chain is it's only 50 feet of quarter-inch chain, and then I believe it was 150 feet of road. And my anchor locker, so like Compact primarily only specifically basically designs, they specialize in trailer sailors. That's it. And this is the biggest boat they've ever made. And that shows in some of the boat, like the boat was built very well. Like it's a beautiful boat, it's a strong boat, it was built very well. But there's some things they've done that are like, clearly it's like, oh, they just made a giant, I'm gonna be sailing around the world in a giant dinghy sailor, which is what it is. But so the anchor locker was just, it's like they just had quarter-inch chain for their like 20-footer boats, and they just use that and use the windlass because they got a deal with the windlass. It's just really bad. It's a really bad setup. And yeah, so what I've got on order is a Lumar V2, which will take 5/16 high test, and then I've got 150 foot of 5/16, and then an additional 150 foot of road. And I'm going to use the same CQR anchor that I have just because I can't afford a better anchor at the moment. Mantis or whatever, if you guys are out there on the sliver of a chance you want to send me an anchor, you could save my life in my boat, so that would be cool. Yeah, so I figured the most important thing is the correct ground tackle. Above all, I mean, my chain is my anchor's a 35-pound anchor, which is rated for this boat, which would be fine. It's just the CQRs, they're the ones with the knuckle, so they have that knuckle, and they have an issue with, like, when you drag anchor, that knuckle kind of pops out, and it doesn't reset itself because of the knuckle. So when you have those stiffer, the anchor with just one solid piece, those tend to reset themselves, whereas the CQRs don't. From what I've been told, just as a reminder, I'm an idiot, and the things I say, take with a grain of salt. Do your own research. and don't listen to me ultimately. So, but where was I going? Once again, we're lost. We are completely lost here on our train of thought. But yeah, I've got the new chain and rode. So the giant question is, so what I'm going to do today is, I don't know how well you're going to see this. Maybe I'll get my phone light. Come on. So, okay, let's see here. So in there's that divider there. And that divider makes a tiny anchor locker much smaller. And I have no idea. I've been told by some of the saltiest of salty sailors that 150 foot of 5/16 that have come and checked out my boat, that the chain and rode that I got will not fit in this locker. And I am dead set on proving them wrong. Because and I don't know that it'll fit. It'll be very close, but that divider certainly has to go. So I called Compaq to ask if that divider had any sort of integral purpose, which it doesn't. Apparently they just put it. They didn't really know, but apparently they just put it there to help divide the rode and chain, which, as you can see, doesn't work. It just kind of pales on it and it creates less room. So I think when I get rid of that, it's going to be tight. It's going to be really tight, but I think I'll be able to fit that chain and rode. But so what we're going to do today, I don't have the windlass. The anchor and chain is at storage. Not the anchor, the rode and the chain is at storage. So all we're going to do is try and just remove that divider today. And then, I have to wait to get the windlass here and installed before I can really see if it's going to fit. But at least if I take this out, it'll give me a good idea. So that's what we're going to do today. It's going to suck, cutting massive holes in the boat. And I can assure you it's not going to be pretty. I actually don't really know how I'm going to do this effectively, but I'm going to get the chain and rode out of there. And we'll go from there. So enjoy today's episode if you can. I'm feeling better than the last episode. I'm not in a funk like I was. Some days I'm in a funk, and you guys caught me on a funky day on that last episode. So, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then I didn't post it. So there's that. Yeah, let's get going. Already there it is. Do not mind the state of the dumpster dinghy, but that is the pile. And let's go take a look. Beautiful boat. Alrighty. Kitty. The boat is a mess, but what is new? Let me get my light. Alrighty, I without a doubt am not going to enjoy this at all. So it's going to be hard because I'm going to use this angle grinder. I think what I'm going to do is basically cut it in half down. Basically cut it in half down along here. And then that, I think, once I do that, I should have the room to reach right there. Yeah, this is gonna suck, man. It always sucks. It's never fun. It really never is fun. And this is a big one, you know. I guess the worst case scenario is I There's a couple worst case scenarios, I think. One, I punch a hole directly through the hull, which this thing here jumps around and chatters around like a lunatic. So yeah, or I leave it plugged in and I flip that switch when it's out here and saw off my leg or fingers, or even worse, cut into the boat. You know, that would be worst case scenario. I mean, my fingers, I got multiple fingers, so I can function with missing a couple fingers. That's never a big deal. But I won't be able to function if I hurt my beautiful boat. So, and now I am procrastinating. Procrastinating will stop shortly here. I'm hoping it will. I hate doing these. Drilling holes is tough, man. It is tough. It's tough to get over that barrier. But doing this is just outright scary. And it feels wrong. And this thing's loud and intimidating. My cat's gonna hate me. But, let's do it. Smoking up. This is gonna take me forever. My ears are ringing. It's always tough. I should make sure to just unplug this when I'm not using it. All right, I got one section here ready to come out. Man, I need to get better mounts for this thing. But I got one section ready to come out. Oh. This was the easy part. But there's that piece of wood. Maybe it'll be a spare. Maybe I'll use this as a skeg to protect my rudder. Bad joke. Yeah, I guess we carry on. So this is what it looks like in here now. Yeah. So I gotta figure out how to get these angles. Yeah. That didn't take as long as I thought it did, actually, but this might take about as long as I thought it did. This tool's honestly so sketchy. I feel like because it doesn't take much to flip this switch. So if you leave it plugged in, if you forget and you leave it plugged in and you shuffle things around, boom, this thing fires off and you don't have the ability to make children anymore, and that is super sketchy. I feel like it needs some sort of safety. So I've just been trying to obviously remember to, every time I'm not using it, just unplug it. But yeah, this thing could. I wonder how many people this has ruined. Not mine. It's not ruining my day. But yeah, we're gonna carry on here, and Okay, so I've inspected everything and looked at all possible ways to continue on, and there is no possible way. So I'm gonna run to Harbor Freight and see what kind of ends they have for that thing that will fit in there, because otherwise I don't know how to get that out. But I'm gonna go to Harbor Freight and see what I can come up with. Alrighty, back from the store. I got these things. It's basically the same size. Maybe I'll try this one out, but yeah, we're gonna put these on. Man, it's crazy. All these extra little things I did not factor into the budget. All these extra little tools and parts and bits that I didn't factor in. that I'll likely never use ever again. I'm just gonna have to hustle and save and grind when I get to Hawaii. It's not gonna work. I guess I could cut. How do I do this? I don't like looking too closely at my boat, because you start to notice the things. These screws aren't even screwed into anything. All right, I'm getting somewhere. I don't really know how I'm gonna get this bottom half here, but what I'm doing is I've just been cutting. I think you can probably see maybe not, but I've been cutting and then cutting up and then cutting and then cutting up and then cut to get this narrow so I can fit this neck. And the way it is, I think, so this piece of wood's only held together with the fiberglass. So you can see, I don't know if you can see, I have no idea, but there's a fiberglass here, so I'm gonna cut into the fiberglass that's holding it, and I'm gonna do that without cutting into my boat, I think. But we keep going and we hold on to the limbs. So yep. Yo, what up? For some reason I didn't think I could, I don't know why, but I didn't think I could make sure it's not plugged in next to my face. But yeah, I didn't know. I just didn't think about it. All right, don't judge me. I didn't know I could put this at an angle. Turns out you can. And I would have liked to know that a little bit sooner. That would have changed some things. We're at about hour 4 or 3. You guys have been jumping around, traveling through time, but I have not. I have not been traveling through time. I'm actually really concerned now that I'm looking at this and clearing this out. I do not know if all that chain and rope is going to fit. I do not know. It is not looking promising, which would be a bit of an issue that would have to be solved. And the suspense, I should have done this a little bit closer to when I got the windlass, because now I'm going to have to sit here with the suspense, wondering whether or not all that chain I bought is going to fit. It's going to be tight, but I'll find a way. So yeah, this is a great idea. This was. It's a miracle I've kept my fingers, honestly. All right, we did it. I just did the sketchiest part. I've yet to know if I cut into the actual fiberglass of the boat. I don't think I did. But this, oh god, this piece of wood down here is fully fucking attached to it. How do I get this out? How do I get this out? I don't get it out. I need to cut it in half. Woo! What a nerve-wracking, adrenaline-dumping job. That has taken me several hours. Look at that. Just a carnage. Okay, that's unplugged. Yeah. Well, do you guys want to take a look? Of course you do. There it is. There's the, I didn't cut through the boat on first glance here, so that's good. Yeah, well, there's that. That's what we got set out to do today. All that's left is cleaning it up, which is like the least fun part. I'm just, complaining is all. That's all right. It's okay to complain, I think. But yeah, it'll be really interesting to see if that fits. I really want to get that behind me because I have a feeling that one will be tricky, getting the new windlass and chain. But yeah, thanks to you guys for watching. Hopefully that was enjoyable to watch. It wasn't enjoyable to record, so yeah, there's another episode for you. Sailing Phoenix. Oh, also like and subscribe, please. If you're watching this, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, because I need to make this. I don't want to work again, and I need this to work. So, like and subscribe and share with your friends and family and whatever they do, whatever that works. Help me out. Anyways, Sailing Phoenix is out.